Hello, I'm Charlotte Roberts, and I'll be a speaker this year at the Seattle Systems Thinking Conference in late October. My work is as an executive consultant. I work with executives and their teams in helping them be more productive, whether that deals with their culture, their capacity for deep conversation, or their leadership skills. You may also know that I am co-author of the Fifth Discipline Field Book and The Dance of Change about learning organization. As I mentioned, I'm going to be a speaker at the Systems Thinking Conference, and the title of the conference is Because Sustainable Success Doesn't Just Happen. Interesting choice of words, sustainable success, because when I think about the word sustainable, there's something about it that's enduring, which means there must be renewals of some sort, some kind of transition, a real breadth of understanding, a depth of understanding, and a keen self-awareness, both of individuals as well as the organization in its marketplace and in its society. So sustainable is not a small word for me. And then sustainable success, well, as you know, success can be defined in many different ways. And for me, that's one of those markers of a sustainable, successful organization. They grow the definition of success as they evolve over time. So for me, when we think about sustainable success, it's not a destination. It's not something we're going to work to get there and we'll have sustainable success and been there, done that, we can wash our hands. But rather, for me, sustainable success means there is a vital process going on in the organization where we're paying attention to ourselves, our performance in our marketplaces. I was asked to talk a bit about what have I observed when it comes to organizations that have had success sustained over a period of time. And there are characteristics you can look at. Let me talk about three in particular. First is visioning and a real love of the future of the organization and a deep desire for the organization to endure. So the visioning process is not just with the senior team that goes away and gets the vision and brings it back to the rest of the organization. I'm really talking about a different kind of now conversation and engagement of key stakeholders in the organization. And what is the future that we envision for this organization? How could this organization be making a valuable contribution, a positive contribution to the communities it serves 10 years from now, 20 years from now, perhaps even in perpetuity? A second commitment that I see in the organization is a commitment to telling the truth. Now that is so easy to say, and that is the hardest work any of us will ever do as employees, members of an organization, or as consultants to the organization. So getting an organization to discover the truth, to know there's more truth to be known. Our point of view is narrow, it's parochial. Getting an organization to be committed to truth and discovering the truth and being genuinely curious about other people's point of view and drawing other people's point of view in. That's a critical element of sustainable success. The third element that I see in sustainable success in organizations that I've worked with is an evolution of consciousness. Now by consciousness, I'm talking about a self-awareness, an awareness of self in an environment and the interaction between self and that environment. For example, how do I impact the environment and how does the environment impact me? It's always being self-aware. Consciousness can exist for an individual, for me, for you. It can exist for a group or an organization, but a consciousness also exists for a society. And if we're going to have sustainable success, what we need to be looking at is the evolution of consciousness of myself as an actor inside the system and the team members, as well as the organization and the groups inside the organization and the societies in which we serve. So for me, when we talk about sustainable success, there are many dimensions on which an organization exists. And if we're going to have sustainable success, we need to be aware of what those dimensions are and how we can understand them and be able to work within those forces at play. I'm excited about coming to the Systems Thinking Conference in Seattle in late October because there's a lot to learn. I hope you're going to join us and be there as part of our learning community and be able to network with other people who care deeply about the evolution of sustainable success in our organization. Please come to Seattle. Hope to see you there.